What if someone could control you without you even realizing it? They don't need force, threats, or obvious lies. Instead, they use guilt, gaslighting, and subtle mind games to make you doubt yourself, second-guess your choices, and feel like you owe them something. Emotional manipulators are everywhere, at work, in friendships, even in families. And the worst part, the more you try to please them, the deeper their control becomes. But here's the truth. Once you understand their tactics, you can break free from their grip for good. Ready to learn how to deal with emotional manipulators like a pro? Let's get started. Emotional manipulators don't always look dangerous. They can be friends, family members, or even romantic partners who seem caring on the surface. But their real power lies in their ability to control you without you even realizing it. They don't use force. They use guilt, gaslighting, and subtle psychological tricks to keep you under their influence. One of the biggest signs of emotional manipulation is guilt tripping. They make you feel responsible for their emotions and problems, even when it has nothing to do with you. Another common tactic is gaslighting, a form of psychological manipulation that makes you doubt your own reality. They'll tell you that you're too sensitive or imagining things when you confront them, making you question your own judgment. Manipulators also use silent treatment, passive aggressiveness, and constant blame to break your confidence. They know that making you doubt yourself is the easiest way to maintain control. The more confused and guilty you feel, the easier it is for them to get what they want. Emotional manipulators don't choose their victims randomly. They look for certain traits, people who are empathetic, kind, and eager to keep the peace. If you're someone who hates conflict and avoids confrontation, you might be their ideal target. They exploit your kindness by making you feel guilty for setting boundaries. They also take advantage of your self-doubt. If you often second-guess yourself, manipulators will use this against you, twisting your words and making you feel like you're always in the wrong. Another reason they target you is because they thrive on control. It's not about love or friendship. It's about having power over someone. Understanding this is crucial because it shifts your perspective. Instead of blaming yourself for being manipulated, you realize that it's a game they play, and you don't have to play along. The biggest weapon manipulators have is your lack of awareness. If you don't know you're being manipulated, you can't fight back. That's why learning to recognize manipulation in the moment is key. One powerful technique is paying attention to how you feel after an interaction. Do you always feel guilty, anxious, or drained after speaking to this person? That's a red flag. Healthy relationships don't make you feel like you're constantly walking on eggshells. Another trick is watching their response when you set a boundary. If you say no to a request and they immediately guilt trip you, play the victim, or make you feel selfish, they're manipulating you. Normal, emotionally healthy people respect boundaries. Manipulators try to tear them down. The next step is learning to trust your instincts. If something feels off, it probably is. Manipulators rely on making you doubt yourself. So the moment you start believing your own feelings, you take away their power. Now that you know how to spot manipulation, let's talk about how to stop it. The key is not reacting the way they expect you to. Manipulators thrive on emotional reactions, anger, guilt, frustration, because it gives them control. If you take that away, they lose their power. One of the most effective tactics is the gray rock method. This means responding to them with neutral, unemotional replies. If they try to provoke you, don't engage. Keep your answers short and indifferent. When you stop giving them emotional fuel, they get frustrated and lose interest. Another powerful tool is setting firm boundaries and sticking to them. If they try to guilt trip you into doing something, calmly repeat your decision without explaining yourself. I can't help you with that. I've already made my decision. The less you explain, the less they can twist your words. Also, avoid justifying yourself. Manipulators love to make you defend your choices because it gives them room to argue. If you say, I can't help you because I'm busy, they'll say, you're never there for me. Instead, simply say, I won't be able to. No explanations, no debate. Even when you know someone is manipulating you, it can still be hard to emotionally detach, especially if they're a close friend, family member, or partner. The key is shifting your mindset from emotional engagement to logical observation. Instead of reacting emotionally, start observing their behavior like a psychologist. Think of them as a case study. This mental shift helps you stop taking their manipulation personally. It's not about you, it's about their need for control. Another strategy is creating mental and emotional distance. If you can't cut them out of your life completely, limit how much time and energy you give them. Keep interactions short and to the point. Protect your emotional space. Most importantly, stop seeking their approval. Many people stay stuck in toxic dynamics because they're hoping the manipulator will eventually validate them. But manipulators don't change. The moment you stop caring about their approval, you break free from their grip. Sometimes no amount of boundary setting or detachment will fix a toxic relationship. If the manipulator refuses to respect your limits and continues to drain you emotionally, mentally, or even physically, it may be time to walk away completely. Cutting ties can be incredibly difficult, especially if this person has been in your life for a long time, whether they are a friend, family member, or romantic partner. The emotional connection can make it feel impossible to leave. But ask yourself, is this relationship making me feel safe, valued, and respected? Is it nurturing my well-being or constantly harming it? If the answer is no, then you have every right to step away. If you decide to cut them off, expect resistance. Manipulators don't like losing control, so they might try to guilt trip you, create drama, or even play the victim to pull you back in. Be prepared for these tactics. Stay firm. Don't feel the need to explain yourself. Don't argue, and don't give them another chance to manipulate or gaslight you into doubting your decision. Walking away is one of the hardest yet most empowering things you can do for yourself. Your peace is more important than keeping a toxic relationship alive. Letting go isn't weakness, it's strength. It's choosing your own mental health, your happiness, and your future over toxic ties that are only holding you back. Escaping manipulation isn't just about cutting ties, it's about rebuilding yourself after the damage has been done. Manipulators leave behind emotional scars. They make you doubt yourself, lower your self-esteem, and sometimes even change how you see the world. To heal, start by reaffirming your worth. Remind yourself that you are not responsible for someone else's toxic behavior. The problem wasn't you, it was their need for control. Manipulators often make their victims feel guilty for setting boundaries, but you have the right to protect your peace. Another key step is reconnecting with yourself. Manipulators make you question your own reality, leaving you feeling disconnected from your instincts. Take time to get back in touch with your thoughts and emotions. Journaling can be incredibly helpful. Write down your experiences, feelings, and realizations about what happened. This process helps you rebuild self-trust. In addition, surround yourself with people who genuinely respect and support you. Manipulation often isolates you, making you feel like you have no one else to turn to. Seek out relationships that are based on mutual respect, trust, and honesty. Healing takes time, but every step you take toward regaining your confidence is a victory. You are not broken, you are rebuilding. Emotional manipulators don't control you with force. They control you with guilt, self-doubt, and subtle mind games. But once you recognize their tactics, you can stop them from having power over you. The key to dealing with them like a pro is awareness, boundary setting, emotional detachment, and knowing when to walk away. You don't have to engage in their manipulation. You don't have to justify yourself. And most importantly, you don't have to stay trapped in toxic relationships. The moment you take back control of your emotions and decisions, they lose their power. And that's when you truly win.